can't have that. Okay, yeah. So Molly said we're gonna do. Molly has been thinking.
The ice room.
Molly said we need a song.
We need a jingle.
We need a little jingle, you know.
And we need to harmonize.
And we need to harmonize, which are two things I said, okay, those are on the plate. What do we got?
So could you do the
The
ice room?
The ice.
The ice room.
I'm not feeling very musically
No, you got this.
skilled today.
You got this. Let's go.
The ice room.
That might have been really good.
Okay, all right.
I think, yeah, okay.
All
so
right.
we're starting off. So I think we have
That's all we
kind
wrote
of-
down, so that's it.
Our notes are very, very.
We covered it.
It's just the jingle.
It's covered.
That's it. It's
Have a
at this-
nice week, everybody.
And we're out. That is all that's on our agenda today, is to really get through the jingle. So very accomplished.
Yeah, you know what? I would say job well done.
Yep.
Exactly. We were going to ask each other about our days. How was your day?
My day was actually really good. I felt
Okay,
very
so that's it.
That's it. Seriously, you guys.
Show over. I mean, you
Yep.
should have seen it before. We just had a little
Chit chat.
chit-chat. So this is just the after show at this
This
point.
is really the after
But we
show.
have a sloth today for
Hey,
you.
you're not supposed to make fun
Oh,
of it. Okay.
I didn't say anything.
Never mind. We're gonna
Cut that.
cut
yeah.
that. Cut that.
All
So-
right, sure.
But yes. So today. Today
Today, what
we got
is
some
today?
hot
Today,
topics.
Hot topics. A store that I like to go.
Really.
I have gone there. Yes, I get the shirts. The Pantera shirts.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we got Monday, May 2nd.
Monday, May 2nd.
How does May make you feel? Is May a month you enjoy?
I do indeed enjoy it. I'll say that it was not.
Maybe a little.
Sorry, yeah. What was
Closer.
that?
Just.
Oh,
you
hello. Is that good? Is that
just make sure it's
yeah.
nice and close.
I just talk really loud. I'm really. I didn't want to cough in the thing. You know.
Well,
what
you
I'm
want to
saying?
make sure it's nice and.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel I'm very stuffy today too. So like, I know I'm gonna be hacking into this thing a lot. So you might want to disinfect it too while we're done. But we'll talk about that later.
I'm also pretty,
All right.
issuey. I'm not gonna hack. Well, I might hack a little bit. If we hack on camera, we do apologize. But it
I
is
know.
allergy season.
It is allergy season.
Oh, you
so
don't
therefore-
apologize?
I don't. God gave me these allergies for a reason, to hack on camera.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at the point where I'm taking my allergy medicine
I'm not.
all year long. No,
I like to believe that, like, literally God
Maybe-
got me. Like,
God's got you.
I swear to God.
God's like, fuck. I got these bees, Molly. Like, pollen in ain't shit.
No,
Give me
you're
5
right,
Hail
you're
Marys, and I'll get rid of the bees, Molly. That's the deal.
right. Hail Marys. Honestly, though, I would say that May is a very interesting month because I used to not really like these months that much as a kid. And I think May. I'm gonna be honest.
You were
I didn't
you were
like
like,
May,
no.
June, July. Why are they so short of names? Why are they all next to each other? Why do they all have J's and Y's?
Interesting. I've never thought that.
May,
I've always
June,
enjoyed May,
July.
June, July because that means like the year is rounding out and school's about to end and it's about to be summer.
True.
Now, I don't have summer anymore. So, I mean, summer still exists, but I don't have
Remember
a break.
when it snowed in May though? It snowed in May.
I don't particularly, but for
It was a
this
couple
particular
years ago.
right now, yeah, sure.
And I don't. So I'm a firm believer in like the year is changing. Like our fall season is no longer the same fall season. Our fall season is more like where our winter used to be. Because it used to snow in November, and now it never snows in November.
You think
and
the
now
seasons are shifting?
I think that you know how we have like, I do think the seasons are shifting.
Can I say something though?
Yeah.
Actually, no. Continue this, and then I'll say.
I don't know how else to explain it other than that. I guess.
But that's an interesting thought.
Because it snowed in
can
May.
Yeah, but the heat and temperature has to do with the sunlight, and like the the least amount of sunlight is always on the same day of the year, and the most amount of sunlight's always on the
That's
same
different
day of the
though.
year. Yeah, but that's like direct correlation
True.
with the
Yeah,
heat.
you're right. I don't know.
I like your idea though.
I don't know. I'm
I
just
don't
going
mean
off
to
of like personal experience.
personal experience.
then,
Your seasons
like,
are shifting a little
This
bit.
is from my own
So you're-
personal research. I've been researching since.
Your
When was
own
the last
personal-
time it snowed in November? Let's just be honest with ourselves here. When was
Well,
the last time it snowed in November, October?
I'm not sure. What do I look like to you? A
It
meteorologist?
used to snow a lot in December. You used to have like snow on Christmas. Now we never get snow in December. Now it's either in January, February, March a lot.
There is a lot of March snow.
Or
I
no
will
snow at
give
all,
you
yeah.
March snow.
It moved.
There has been a lot less snow. Now, I would argue in places like Minnesota, they probably get good amounts of snow.
I've never been to Minnesota, so I don't know.
Neither have I.
This is not a weather channel, by the way. We are just chatting it up because, you know, today was a good day. And the weather outside was all right.
frightful.
Oh,
so delightful. In the ice room.
In the ice. In the ice room.
Ice
This is
room.
going to be a very unproductive,
What about that? Like a
ice
room.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Like it's almost.
should have a
well, I
vote.
like yours.
We should have a vote.
I don't not, but like I enjoy it. Because that could be maybe like
ice
yours is
room.
very like and mine is kind of like lurky. Mine is like ice room. Like, or what did I do before? Now I don't even.
Ice room. No, now we're getting too like.
Well, we lost it. It's gone.
That's the thing is we can't have it. We can't have something where it's just like we're gonna forget it next week because that's not good.
That's me walking around in the back.
That is really
Like imagine a cape and a top hat, like
the top hat. You know,
Can we shout him out? Can we talk
No.
about this at all?
I don't. He's gonna find it. No,
He's like,
no, 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 no. We shall not.
okay.
We shall not.
All right, yeah.
But
No. Great guy though.
we were talking about what we were talking about. We were talking about we didn't get into a lot last episode,
No,
and
we didn't
and
get
honestly,
into
I don't know if we're getting into anything. in this
No,
one.
well, I think my whole idea is to derail, and I like
That's-
to derail.
yeah.
I like to derail. It's we already got through everything.
Yeah, our notes are done. Our checklist is checked.
We got through our jingle. We asked ourselves about our day. Alec, how was your day? My day was good, Alec. Thank you for asking. I mean, what else
Well, at
can we
least we
really
asked.
talk about?
Yeah, it's over. Yeah. So
How was
How-
your day? I mean,
how was your guys' day? I was gonna say
probably bad?
Alec, we got this whole ice room thing going on, right? And the reason behind ice room. Oh, see, this is where we.
I like
yeah.
I like that.
Ice room.
But you said ice room, and it made me want to, that's like mic drop, like we said the name of the, But anyway, yeah.
So
Sorry.
we
See,
got this,
I aim to derail, Molly's like, sit down, class. I'm the whole class. I'm the class clown, yelling dumb shit. And she's like, shut up, Alec. You need to do math. Hard math. Long algebra.
God. And before this, Alec is like, I don't know if I have the energy to do this right now. And like all shy and everything.
5 minutes in, and we're yelling.
So the
I just realized
reason
we didn't
behind
put any time counter. Where do you think? What do you think we're at? You think we're at 8 minutes?
Sure.
How?
Definitely not.
What is
we
it?
might be
say
at a
on the
little bit
thing?
more.
It says 9:29,
Yeah.
so I was not that far off. Okay, all right, perfect.
So the reason why we're calling this, my my nose is making like a noise.
Oh jeez! Now I'm spitting.
We're
Oh Jesus!
We're so
Who's
disgusting.
in charge of this thing?
Okay, so honestly, all right. So the reason why we're calling it the ice room is because we work in a restaurant.
No,
we
the reason
talked
we're
about
calling it
rate.
the ice room is because that's the first name we thought of. And I asked Molly if she wanted to come up with a different name.
I don't think there's anything better than the ice room because
I don't think there's anything better either. But like, I haven't really given it any serious thought.
I have thought about some things, and it's just like none of them. I mean, like we could call it certain things, but
what'd you think of?
I think I
didn't
don't
tell
wanna
me any
say
things.
it. No, like I did say the last I think episode where I was like rambling off or whatever it was. It was like restaurant lingo and stuff but none of it was sticking to me.
Oh, what if we called it the Eights?
The eights? No, the eights. I mean, I don't mind the eights, but that's very specific to like
very
us.
specific to us.
The ice room is something that I think other restaurants and people can relate to. Because when we talk about, if we ever do get to talk about anything that has to do with the restaurant. maybe.
We won't. We won't. No, but the Eights would be, but nobody gets that.
It's just like, it's not the same.
Ice room.
Now we gotta change the little jingle if we change the
but
name.
What did you have it as? The ice room. Like, how'd you do it?
The ice room. It's like,
But maybe we could like do the mash of it, like.
the ice room.
Well, I was thinking maybe like I do the dooba dabba and then you just come over the top with
ice room. Okay,
yeah.
well, you go.
Dooba dabba dooba dabba dooba dabba dooba dabba.
Ice room. It was right there. You had it.
Okay, I had to
ice
keep it going.
room.
Well, I was like, okay.
Okay, ready?
Dooba dabba dooba dabba dooba dabba.
Ice room. Okay, I don't think that.
I'm supposed to
I don't know.
We'll think of it.
Yeah,
no, this
we
is.
messed it up now. I don't know.
Are we messing up? I think we're good.
Honestly, I think that
but
this
the
has been
Eights could be a funny name, but like.
So at our restaurant, there is such a section called the Eights, and it's where like all the servers hang out and just chit chat, be hooligans, have all of our shit all over the place.
I hit my pen.
People smoke their little vapes there, even though it's not allowed. We don't do it no more. Nobody does it no more.
Who's vaping back there?
Oh, it's not me.
I've never seen anybody vaping.
No, never.
Yeah, no, that's actually legitimately what we do. It looks, sometimes it looks nice because people are like, what's that wood? What's up, somebody?
It's just,
Enoch?
Stop saying
You said his name.
I know.
It's
I'm just getting parent emails.
Oh, yeah, because you were like.
I just I get like PTSD every time I get like a parent email.
You immediately were like.
Because I never know. I always have to like look at who it is and think about what child it's for, and then it's just like a.
And you're like, I spat on that kid today.
My mentor's like, yeah, they're gonna hire you back as long as you didn't hit a child. I was just like, I wouldn't even think of it, honestly. I wouldn't, because the kids they're cool. They're cool.
But the Eights is where we all dwell. There's a lot of dwelling.
There's
that
a
goes
lot of
on
dwelling.
in the Eights. But that could be a cool name. We could also name it. Those that I was thinking maybe the attic. After. But I was thinking more like the pee room. But that's inappropriate.
That is very inappropriate.
I didn't even want to say it.
I was just thinking I don't know. I think that what the heck? Alex.
My stomach just did some crazy things there. It just was like, what's good?
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about some restaurant lingo, like the back house, because everything that goes on behind scenes is like back house. So
yeah,
it's like,
but isn't there like a thing that's like the back of house? Not that it matters because
I
obviously
don't know.
we're better than them.
Yeah, we are. But I don't know. I like the ice room because that's really where me and Alec thrived. That's where we have a lot of these monumental conversations. And obviously you guys aren't getting the best of the best. I mean, you are getting the best of the best. This is the best of the
best of the best is mid shift.
Oh yeah.
If you had us mic'd mid shift, that's prime material. But the thing is, we can't do that. Although that would be hilarious. Could you imagine a real, like, do they do that? Is there a reality show of like a restaurant?
I feel like they should. I think they have fake. They have like a fake. Well, they do have.
Do
those,
they
like,
even have a fake one? The only thing I could think of is like Top Chef, but that's the kitchen, which still is super entertaining. But like the wait staff specifically.
They do
like you're there and you get to hear what the lady says at the table, and then you get to hear the server respond to it, and then you get to hear them, like you said, the one day, like the little cut to, or somebody said this, you have like an interview booth, like The Office style,
yeah,
where you have the waiters like, well, Debbie said she wanted the burger medium, and, and then when it came out medium, she told me she wanted it medium rare, and then Debbie's like, well, I said medium rare, but the waiter must have been high. Because he wrote down medium. I don't know what he's thinking, and we've been coming here forever.
That would be a great show. I really would watch that. I think that would be awesome. I think we need that because we got a lot of characters at our place. Do you have any like specific like things that have happened this weekend that you want to talk about? Because like
we do have a lot of characters at this place. I mean, it's specific things that I want to get into. A lot of interesting things happened. Something that is worth noting, but I'm not sure how much I really care to dwell on the subject. We had a scary man at the restaurant yesterday.
Really?
Molly was not there on Sunday.
No,
very upset about this. Molly was there on Saturday. We worked together on Saturday.
We did?
Which was wonderful.
It was very nice. Very nice.
We were playing some Drake in the service bar.
Yes, we were. Service bar that didn't have service.
The service... Yo, why would you call the service bar... Like, it's literally where we make our drinks, but there is no service in the service bar. So it should be called the No Service Bar.
Yeah.
Is what we
But
decided.
anyway, what happened with the scary guy on Sunday?
Oh, but there was a scary guy on Sunday that had to be escorted out the building.
For what?
He was being crazy. It was like not good. It was like a scary sight.
Like what?
I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often, But this man, I'd say what are we saying? Let me take you there. We're thinking Caucasian male, about 29, 32.
Okay, right up my alley.
Pink T-shirt.
Love when they rock pink. Sorry.
Yeah. No. Yeah. You like pink?
I do.
But it was more of like a salmon pink.
I like that a lot.
It was like a V-neck. It was a weird cut, and there was a little print on it. And then he had like some weird short situation going on. And, he was a bit of a slender build, with some tattoos and stuff. Now we saw this man earlier in the day. I was with cousin AJ, got to shout him out, or as Ian calls him, Cockboy, shout out Cockboy.
I've never heard him call that before.
That's what Ian refers to him as, which is, for anybody listening, good information to hear.
Yeah.
Where was I going with that?
The guy with the salmon shirt.
Oh, me and AJ saw him before. Oh, I was bringing some table a box, and he goes, yeah, wrap it up, which is, whatever.
Just normal.
That's normal. That's totally normal for somebody to be like looking at me being like,
oh yeah, wrap it up.
Wrap it up when I have a box in my hand. That wasn't, we laughed. We both laughed at the guy and said, this guy's funny. Now that's at about 12 o'clock. You know how I talk about people who are down bad? Do not show up at the bar midday, drink by yourself for an extended period of time. Well, if you work,
Nah, you're right.
I don't know.
I don't do that.
Maybe Molly's fine, but there's a lot of like interesting male characters that show up at our bar all the time by themselves. Some of them show up early. Some of them are late showers,
by themselves.
But they show up by themselves and they dwell at the bar big time, and they're all kind of scary. This one, haven't seen this guy before. You know, some of the guys are always there that you recognize, and you're like, oh, this guy's always here. You know, oh, this guy again.
Yeah.
But this was a new character. So, yeah, we saw him early on in the day, and he was drinking by himself. So I'm like, this guy, what the fuck is going on here? Now, 8 o'clock at night. I'm sorry. Am I being
No. I'm
drawn
very,
out?
No, I'm very
8 o'clock
intrigued.
at night. I'm sitting. I'm rolling in the 8s. You know, I just got cut. You know, I'm minding my own business.
Yeah.
The restaurant we work in is a massive building. Like, there's no walls. Like, it's not rooms, really. So, if you're at the bar, you can be very far away from somebody who's at 18. But you could still see them. Now, you wouldn't be able to talk to them, but you'd have to yell very loudly to get somebody's attention, but you could. That's how loudly this man was yelling. He was causing a scene that I noticed, you know, like I'm saying. I'm trying to tell you it's a good distance away, viewer.
Yeah, like you'd have to literally be like shouting so loudly. You'd have to be like the only one in the restaurant, low key, for them to be like thinking that you're only you're talking to them from across the restaurant.
Yeah, or really, obviously, like this guy making a scene, and you can't even hear what this guy's saying, but you could tell that he's yelling, and you can see him. You know, and at first I thought he was joking, but then it quickly realized, you know, there was no joking going on. And, yeah, like I said, you could see it. It's an open building, so everybody can see what's going on. You know, there's no walls. But this guy just starts screaming and running around and screaming at different tables. And
tables?
There wasn't, like, a lot of specific things he had to say other than just, like, slurs of sorts. You know, whatever you're thinking of, you know, he threw them all out, you know, and it's interesting when somebody's like in that situation, they just like curse a bunch and they're like, yeah, throw me out, you know, but with every, you know, bad word in that sentence also, you throw me out, you know. Long story short, we got the cops at this place to escort him out, but it got crazy because we all like, It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. But the cops escorted him out. There was a lurker. I mean, I spent a little more time than I really wanted to, given this man, you know. But that's something that happened.
Interesting. So security wasn't there, right? Because they're not.
It was Sunday, yeah.
They were there, right?
No.
Some Sundays they are. Sometimes they're not. I don't think they are anymore.
Yeah, which I guess is something worth noting is we have a lot of, I guess, situations that kind of happen like this. Most of them are on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Most of them are not during. This was like 7 o'clock. This was like 7:30, 7:40. So there's lots of tables sitting down.
I spilled water on it.
Trying to have a meal. You did spill some water.
A lot.
But there's people trying to have a meal. You know.
Yeah, that's very.
There's like nice people, nice folk, you know, sitting trying to like enjoy their night. And here we have this maniac. And like you said, no security.
Yeah, that's very, very scary. And a lot of gremlins like that. I don't know if I ever told you about, like, did I tell you about the story that I had to call the cops on my table for, like, trying to walk out? And, like, they started, like, screaming at me, like, really bad. And it was bad. Like, but it wasn't at this job. It was at Fridays. And, like, I had this one table. And I had...
We can rip on Fridays all we want, honestly.
I mean, like, yo, there's a lot to that.
It's funny because it's like we're like, yeah, we're not going to say where we work, but Molly's like,
Fridays
all these stories that happen at a
care.
restaurant.
Fridays is going down.
I guess there's no
Fridays
reason to
going
care.
down.
And plus, it could have been any of the Fridays.
But it's funny though because like.
But they know.
They know. But who cares? Anyway, there was this couple. Okay, so like there was a couple, and then there was a guy with the couple, right? The guy with the couple had a puby beard. Next thing you know, they're complaining. A puby beard. A puby beard. And next thing you know, they're complaining about their Jack Daniel's chicken strips, and it's got hair in it. And I look at the hair,
which is reasonable.
And literally nobody in the kitchen has that kind of hair. It looks like it came from his beard. Don't know what the, end game was here, but they ended up getting free food. They get their chicken, their chicken
Well, I would have been
strips.
like, yeah, we'll get you.
Yeah, like it was no problem. That
But he
wasn't,
was
that
probably-
wasn't the problem.
No problem.
That wasn't the problem.
No problem.
Even though the woman starts like now like hysterically crying because like she's
Yeah, I was
saying
gonna
that
say,
like she's like
that's no
pregnant
problem, but, if
and
they-
like
yeah.
she came really far for these and like
It's always the same story. Oh, I crashed my car. Little Johnny died yesterday.
This is
You
the
know,
worst. It just gets
I've-
them all at once.
I've been thinking about these tenders for 6 years. Yeah.
It was bad, and like so. Anyway, I
This
get
one's
them.
mine?
Yeah, this one's yours. So I get them their food and everything, and the only thing they had to pay for was their alcoholic beverages because you know you gotta pay for your alcoholic beverages, and it was only $7. That's all it was, and they even took some of the food to go and everything, and basically what ended up happening was the single guy, the guy by himself, ended up going to his car. And then the couple ended up leaving the table and going to the bathroom. So it was just like really sketchy that everybody left the table and nobody paid for the bill.
Yeah, not good.
So I was like, I caught the guy like leaving the bathroom, about to leave the restaurant. I'm like, hey, like, yo, you guys got to pay your bill.
You were scoping this out, yeah?
Yeah, I
Or
was
you just
on
happened to run
it.
into him?
No,
You
I
were
was on it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
whenever sketchy tables happen, you got to be on them. So I was like, hey, like, you guys didn't pay your bill. He was like, oh, wait, what? I thought the other guy was paying. And it was very sketchy. He was, like, trying to say the other guy was getting his money to get, like, to pay and stuff. So I don't know why he was.
He had
like,
a long story.
He was, yeah. And then the woman comes out, and she's all like, I'm pregnant. Like, you're, da-da-da. She just keeps saying that.
Yeah. She's going with that excuse.
And so, like, I guess the other guy who was outside must have noticed that they were getting bamboozled. So, like, he came back
He's
inside.
like, I'm already outside. Come on.
Like,
What are you
they were
guys
trying
doing?
to leave, and I was like, you can't
Oh,
leave.
and
I
you
was,
caught two of
and
them.
I was literally like, what? Like, do you guys not have $7?
He was trying to tell you his friend outside. He's like, oh, him over there in the parking lot.
Yeah.
He's paying.
Yeah. And the guy comes in, and, like, they all got so, like, upset with me, thinking that, like, they were, like, walking out on their bill, which they obviously were trying to. And the guy started screaming at me, making a whole scene, like, where the whole bar and, like, the whole restaurant is looking. And I'm literally, like, screaming back, like, what, you don't have $7? Like, I just remember, like, Fridays was a place where you could really just
You
do
were
that.
letting him have it.
So I
I
was
would
like-
never. I never have it. Yeah.
I was
You
like,
were like-
it's $7. You don't even gotta pay tip. Just pay your bill and leave. And then my manager grabbed me, and she like brought me to the back because she was afraid he was gonna like swing on me or something. So she noticed the guy, and apparently the guy has came there before, and he's a gremlin. And apparently him and his like son are like hyped up on drugs a lot. So she literally called him out on his shit and was like, hey, like, aren't you the guy that was here last week with your son that was like all drugged up at the bar? Yeah, like, don't play this shit here. And like, she put him in his place. They threw their to-go food, you know, their free to-go food at us in the kitchen. It was just a mess. It was a real mess. But that, and then we had to call the cops on him because they were being too rowdy.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's exactly what happened in this scenario. Was like they were like it was drugs. You know.
Yeah.
They were like they said he only had, even though he was there all day, because he was there for a very long time. And I said that to Joe, and Joe was bartending, and Joe was like, everybody who had been there when he was there this morning had already been cut. So nobody realized
How long?
this man has been there. I said that to Joe. I said, Joe, this guy's been here like for a long time. Because I said, I saw him. I've seen him.
Oh, yeah. Wrap it up.
I've seen him all day. I clocked this guy.
He's been seeing you all day, Alec. He
I
was
clocked
looking at
it.
you.
I clocked this guy a whole 6 hours ago. So he's been here, you know, up to something. You're not up to nothing. You know, I mean, and Joe said, I wish somebody said that because nobody knew that. And they said, oh, he must have been on drugs because he only had 2 LITs, apparently, in like a 6-hour day. I mean, I don't know. And his drink was like full when he like was getting yelled at, which they didn't really confiscate, but then he got escorted out the building, so he wasn't allowed to have it anymore. But yeah. I mean, that's crazy that.
So he was throwing around a lot of slurs and stuff, or like just like bad words in general.
Well, both. I mean, we don't really need to get into that.
No, we don't.
But both. But you know, like how like when somebody like I think it's crazy that it doesn't happen more. And I'm not saying do it, but like
oh my god,
I'm not saying do it, but like the situation like you're talking about, these guys are on drugs. The situation I'm talking about, there's all these people. Like, how come they don't wander? And I'm not saying please do, but I feel like for the most part it's pretty chill. We don't have a lot of those characters because I know they all exist.
They do.
I saw this guy the other day at the Home Depot freaking out.
Really?
Yeah, and I know that's not where we work, but he was freaking out, and I said, thank God this guy is not at our restaurant. Thank God I don't work for this guy. Thank God I have nothing to do with this guy.
What was he freaking out over?
He bought like a key set. Like he bought like a key lock set. And it was 4 locks and 2 keys. But, like, that was how the package came. But he was just, like, screaming at everybody who came up and down the aisle. Every employee. He's like, what? Nobody fucking works in this place? How does that make any sense? 2 keys for 4 locks. Can you make some keys for me, Esmeralda? Esmeralda, go on the phone. Code 915, guy at, just did the code on the thing. Because she can't be, like, over the loudspeaker.
Yeah.
There's a crazy guy by the keys.
Yo,
somebody come
show.
make the keys.
That would be a great show, too, if it was about Home Depot. I wonder how those people feel.
You know what I've noticed? Like, I've been doing, I do electrical. I don't know if I said that. I said I had another job, whatever. I do electrical, but I've been working with, like, a lot of just construction dudes. And I see them all the time. They're everywhere. They're angry. These guys are angry. And I'm happy because I don't think we see a lot of these guys at the restaurant. I don't think we do. But these guys are all very angry all the time. Like, I'll be going in to make, not the guys that I work with. The guys that I work with, for the most part, are pretty good. But I'll go to, like I said, Home Depot early in the morning to pick up supplies. Or I'll go to any of the shop houses to pick up supplies or drop off supplies or whatever. There's always somebody in there yelling, and it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, and he's pissed off already. And it's...
That's terrible.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm talking about other things.
No,
Have we talked about anything? Well, we talked about the guy that was crazy.
We did talk about the guy that was crazy, yeah. I don't work... See, the thing that's really just sad is that I don't work there enough, I think, now that, like, I have enough stories to really tell. And then on top of that, like, I think bartending is a little bit different than serving now because... Bartending, you get, like, pretty much the same crowd. You'll get a couple people here and there that's new, but, like, they're never, like, stand-out-ish. Like, when you serve, it's, like, I think it's, like, at least every night I could come home with, like, 3 different stories about, this person and this friggin' fig pizza and this and that and that. It's always something because you just constantly
There's a lot
are
of stories,
hearing, like, complaints all day. Whereas, like, bartenders, you just walk away. Like, they start arguing. It's just like, bro, just... It ain't worth it. Like, I'll get you another one. Don't worry about it. Like, you don't gotta worry about, I gotta go to the kitchen. Oh, the managers. Where's the managers at? Oh, I can't find the managers. Oh, I can't take it off. And then they're freaking out on you. And
Do they? I've never, like, can you just, like, do you have a number that up there? How's that go?
They do it at the end of the night, so you just, like, put it onto, like, a separate check.
Oh, you just put them all, and it's not like it says you don't have to go to the manager and be like, oh, these 7 things.
Like, you could,
because I always dread that.
It. Yeah, but I don't, it doesn't happen that often there.
I usually only have, like, one thing, but, like,
it's so annoying when it's one thing because then you gotta, like, go find a manager for that one thing. You can't, like, not, No,
but some of these guys, like, that we work with now will, like, split off, like, 8 things, and then at the end of the night, they're like, oh, I have a lot of, like, comps for you to make. And the manager's like, wait, what are all these, which would happen sometimes. And, shout out Ginny, obviously, was always so great to me. and was just like, yeah, whatever. Like, I know you're doing the right thing. I don't need you to explain all these. But
Yeah.
as a bartender, I always wondered that.
Yeah, I mean, like, we
just
could,
slide them to
like,
one check.
the thing is, like, we could basically give out free drinks if we want. I mean, like, obviously without, like, going overboard, like, obviously. But, like, that's why, like, you don't need to take off a drink if somebody didn't like it. You just remake it and not, have to charge it.
Yeah.
But that's where, like, food, it'll only matter with food. And that's where you'd have to be like, well, the kitchen messed up this. And that's how you explain it. Because food, you can't, like, really.
Interesting. Yeah, because the food. Well, but we have the same problems with drinks. We try to say to you guys, but then it's like you guys are busy. And, like, I always feel bad having to tell you, like, oh, like, so-and-so.
You just remake this.
And I totally did do that a couple times this weekend, but I hate, like, I'll
the
try.
3 Tangerines and tonic, I remember.
Yeah, okay, there you go. There you go. I knew there was something.
There's always something.
I knew I got Justin with something later that night because I had to tell him. Well, I told him twice because the ginger ale was out and I had to replace the ginger ale. But I could have just rerung it, but I didn't want to because then I had to
get it cut and everything.
Yeah, and then I have to explain. But I could have just explained that.
It's just the hassle.
Yeah, it's such a
like,
hassle.
At the end of the night, it also is just so hard to find a manager. No matter what, every time you need a manager, they just disappear on you.
Well, that's why we all just split our shit and, like, wait till we get our checkout so that they do everything right there and then.
I wish that we went up. Like, I don't wish we went upstairs because that was, like, so annoying to have to walk up there. But I did like when everybody would do their money upstairs.
I really miss that we do our money downstairs. Like, it's actually really convenient, I think, that we do our money downstairs because you can see it. Because now you know where these people are now. You don't have to go look upstairs.
Yeah.
For the first, like, little bit when I came back, whenever I needed a manager, I would go upstairs because that's always what I used to do. I would always go upstairs and be like, and they would all be there.
Yeah.
Now nobody's upstairs and I never go upstairs because nobody's ever up there. I mean, they might be now, but, like, they're always doing all the computer stuff at the host stand, which makes them more accessible.
Yeah.
If nothing else. But you're not allowed to you can't go up there and have all those, like, private conversations and, like.
Yeah.
The end of the night when we would all stand there and talk shit was hilarious because those moments are forever gone now.
Yeah.
Because we stand there, and we usually stand there in silence because the band is on.
Yeah, the band's so loud. Upstairs, it wouldn't be so loud. You could just kind of hear them faintly.
You could hear them faintly,
but, like, we would all just sit on the floor, wait to do our money. We'd all get in line.
Talk mad shit to each other.
Talk mad shit. Watch the cameras. I'll be like,
talk mad shit about the people downstairs on the cameras. Look at so-and-so over here. They're going through it. Yeah, yo, that was so funny when we would always be upstairs. I thought about
that's
that.
a good morale. Like, that's a good, like, way to boost morale again. As much as I hated walking upstairs and then nobody would be upstairs and I have to walk back downstairs.
What I'm saying. There are reasons why I like the money at the host stand now.
But now you gotta stand and wait, and it's like, I don't even do this stuff anymore, and I'm like, I just hate it.
I know. Well, now, yeah, you stand and wait in the line. But the thing is, yeah, you're forced to stand in the line now, too.
It's annoying.
Whereas we used to sit, like, and if you get out of line, like, people will cut you.
Yeah.
We don't, like, we used to just all sit around and, like, it was, because we would do the sheet.
We would do the sheet upstairs, yeah.
And you had to go and order the sheet.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
That was really the way to go. I liked it.
We did a lot of things. I hate to really, like, go into that because that's very disrespectful.
No, our managers are still great now, and even the way that we do things now is, like, all right. But, like, definitely, like, just
listen, the man missing an H tries really hard. He tries really hard. I think he does a pretty good job. They all, I think, do a great job and try really hard. I'd like to say.
Yeah.
I mean, I think some of it could be done better sometimes, but I don't think that they're not trying.
There is a new.
It's frustrating that we know how it used to be done, and it's not done like that. And it's like, why could like that?
Especially with the straws. That is my pet peeve.
The straws.
Why do we not put the flippin' straws in the pitchers anymore? Like you
well,
guys.
we don't have the black straws anymore.
Yeah, but like still,
That's a very good point. Well, because
it's just more accessible
is a
that way.
very different
And nobody ever puts it like the whole setup in the service bar, the way that it used to be was just so ideal, and now it's just like
I
don't know
can't
what
really
people
do anything about it either, because like I try to make it so that things go like a way that I would like, and then there's too many other people that like change it.
Yeah, that's why they all need to be like retrained.
Yeah, but it's me who's the outlier, not
But
all of them.
You're the good outlier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's mean to all of them.
And that's no
to
disrespect.
how they do it now or whatever.
That's no disrespect. It's just that the way that stuff was done back in the day was just like more ideal in my opinion. And I feel like now it's a little messy. It reminds me of times like Fridays where like stuff doesn't have an order to it 100%. Like, do you guys still do like
I really hate to do this because I mean this is such a true conversation that such a very I think about this stuff all the time, but I try not to. I try to think about how these people we work with now
are the
great. People we work with now, and they're all amazing, you know. But you're right.
Do you guys do the not pre-shift? What is it called?
Well, we don't.
No.
And that also makes me sad.
You don't do pre-shift no more?
Excuse me, no pre-shift.
Why?
No pre-shift.
And then also like the thing where like whoever comes at 4 has to do this, and like what was that mid-shift checklist?
Mid-shift checklist. Well, yeah, listen.
Because that used to be the thing that I feel like everybody would get done.
I know. Yeah. Well, yes. I mean, listen. Certain people come in and do things. Certain people come in and do nothing, and that's just how it's gonna be. Wow, we're really.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. These are facts. There's nothing wrong with it.
That's always how it's gonna be. Vanessa is always gonna be in the restaurant, you know, in the back making oranges. You know, her name may have changed, but Vanessa will always be
making oranges
in the restaurant somewhere. You know, Natalia will always be sleeping in the booth somewhere, and Carrie will always be in the restaurant. You know, shout out Carrie.
Seriously, shout out
Carrie. If you're doing any work right now, stop. Carrie, it's too much. Take it easy.
Take it easy, Carrie.
Take it easy. Maybe get a little JMO and ginger, you know.
JMO ginger.
I'm pretty sure that's what Carrie.
Oh, she only drinks that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, that is no. Well, I really don't like, and you don't have to deal with this, but this is exactly what happened yesterday, and it was Molly.
What happened, Alec?
It boils my blood.
What happened?
The shifting of brunch and how all of brunch is now done. All of the different things and procedures that happen for brunch, but most importantly the shifting for not only brunch but the entirety of Sunday, which again, you know, if you're the man who's missing the H, you do a great job. I think you do a great job, and I really appreciate you, so don't fire me. I just think the shifting on Sunday.
Are you talking about like when people come in and what
all
they have
it.
to do? Okay.
Well, not what people have to do, but when people come in. You know what's such a big problem, though, that it really is more of less than the shifting, is the people that don't show up. And the fact that they can't do anything about it because there's the fact that they can't get people to work at the restaurant, you know, which is true in, I'm sure, a lot of restaurants.
Yeah. I wish that like we have a brunch, and like back in the day we would break it down all together and kind of like rush to get it done. At like 2:00 we'd have to start breaking it down, and it was like a goal to be done by like 3:00 and have all the chairs back out and all the tables wiped down. And now it's like it does not start getting cleaned until like 3:30, which is kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, it's
Trash.
a little ratchet. It's ghetto. It's like, and then who's breaking it down? It's like these busters, and it's only 2 of them. And how could they break down
and they take like 3 hours.
Take like forever, and I don't blame them.
Well, here's the thing, which is why I talked about the shifting. Everybody, I really,
We don't have to talk
this
about
boils
it.
my blood so much, and I want this to be happy.
Yeah, no, this is getting negative. This is getting negative.
But like, there were a bunch of us. We all have to like work. Like we're all doubles. Like nobody. It was like done. There's no what we used to do. Have the 2:00 servers come in and take the tables.
Yeah.
So that Gabby would come in and take the tables, and Taylor would come in at 2:00.
Yeah.
Gabby and Taylor would come in at 2:00. They would take all the tables, and we would break down brunch. We pooled, so we all did it together, which is a big thing that, I'm not upset about it. It's whatever, but I wish we'd pooled, because I think that when we pooled, brunch was a team effort. We all showed up at the same time. We all left at the same time, or you got less money on the pool. That's just how it was. It was even. It was fair. Like, there's a lot of work, so you keep it even across the board. It makes sense. We have like 10 more minutes. That's like it. Well, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how to feel about that whole pooling situation.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. Like,
and I'm not one to be like, let's change everything.
No. I don't know how to feel about it. I feel like there's pros and cons to both. It used to work, and just for whatever reason now it doesn't. Like, like it used to work, and there was only one person, and that was the orange juice maker, Vanessa.
Well, yeah.
Shout out to Vanessa. I love Vanessa,
Shout out
to be
Vanessa,
honest.
Yeah.
But like, it would always be like that person
Please
that
don't
people
hit me
don't
up.
think that like are working hard enough, and it sucked and whatever. But it was only one person. Now it's like everybody wants to be greedy and make their own money, and that's fine. I totally respect it. But then it's also like, I don't know. Like, for me, the only thing that I just didn't get about it was people would come in at 8:00, 8:30, whatever time you guys get there, 9:30, whatever it is, and set up. Then somebody comes in at 11, also takes brunch tables. They weren't there while you guys are not getting compensated for being there those hours to set up. Is this too much?
No, it's so true.
Like, it doesn't, like, that's the only thing I don't get about the
it's
brunch.
so accurate, which is why it's so, and I'm fine, I'll come in and do it, whatever. I don't give a damn. I'm there because I like to be there, which is what we say, so it's whatever, I made $300, whatever, yeah, I don't care. I made $300 yesterday, know. I worked 8 to 8, I'm cool with that money, it worked out. I mean, you're right. People came in at 12. Well, here's what happened. People came in at 12, left at 4. 3 people, not going to name.
Not going to name names.
But that isn't on them. That isn't on them. They're like, hey, do you want to stay later? Like, we really could use your help. Like, can you stay later a little bit? So-and-so can't come in. What am I going to say? No, I'm going to go drink over there?
Yeah.
Like, suck on this guy?
Yeah.
Like, you guys all drown. And saying no, like, if you are that person who says no and goes and sit at the bar, I'm not upset at you because I don't want to work either, you know? Like, it's not you. It's like they should have those 2:00 servers that come in, take it. I mean, the whole thing, you know? We'll move off of it.
Yeah.
But the whole thing
needs a remix.
And Rob has really been trying to like it's a lot. It's a lot.
We don't have to get into details. But it was just, it was conversation for us.
See, I wanted to do like maybe a little bit of an agenda because just in case there was anything we really wanted to cover. Was there anything you think you'd like to get to that we didn't cover? I mean,
no. I mean, I will say that like I do feel like this sometimes, that maybe it's just me being like, like, again, we have other jobs and like I have other things to worry about in my life than the restaurant. As much as I love the place, there are some times where I feel like there's like this like passive aggressiveness between certain people, and I'm just like, not that like you take your job too serious, but there's a way to tell someone, hey, you're not doing that correct, when you know that they're obviously not doing it on purpose. And I feel like that is something that I just been witnessing a little bit, and that's kind of what makes me I don't sorry.
We can honestly call this the bitching hour. Just
this
complain.
is, yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh,
like we
it's
should have
great,
we
though.
should cut this off.
No, I mean it's what it is.
I just think that, like, honestly, you should be having fun. If something's wrong, I think
totally agree with
I
what
think
you're
a lot
saying,
of
though.
people complain about things, and then they just like to complain about things. And maybe that's what we're doing right now. We're just complaining about things. But I feel like,
well, it's like I say, he's trying to make the schedule good. You know what you're saying, he's trying to staff the restaurant properly. Like, it's not like he wants it to go badly.
yeah.
It's not like anybody wants it to go badly. Like, what did you just say, though? You just said the sentence that I was just trying to...
like, people have been passive aggressive.
Passive-aggressive, yeah.
It's just been
You know what it is? There's so many people and so many emotions that are always in the building. Like, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And I always say that. I always think what I had this thought before, which is kind of different. But whenever you're serving, like, you're approaching someone's totally different, like, environment. Their energy, their being, their existence. You're meandering your way in there. You know, you got to, like, I don't know. That's a different topic for a different
Well,
day.
that's why, like, when I would have, like, those, like, moms or some, like, it would always be a lady who would be, like, super bitchy for no reason. And I never really took too offense to it, but there were times where it would be like, seriously, why are you so mean to me? And I will never forget, I think it was Sylvia who said it.
Oh, take it too seriously, yeah.
They were like, they literally told me, it was like, they probably just, like, have really bad sex with their husbands. And once she said that, I was like, yo, that really is what I feel like it is.
Well, that's
and
what
if
it
it's
is.
not that, it is something similar to that. And I feel for them. And that made me realize, the people that just bitch all the time at the restaurant.
We're going to actually call this We Hate Customers.
are just, the ones that don't have good sex. And that's all you have to look at.
Well,
maybe we haven't had good sex recently, because we're bitching a lot for people talking about people bitching.
We're bitching about people bitching at us. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. That's too much to think about. Like, I mean, well, what'd you say? The lady said to you, we've been waiting 6 years for these chicken tenders. I'm pregnant. His shoe's untied. She didn't do her math homework. It's exactly. It's they're not having good sex, but it's more than that. It's their whole day. But I guess that also is I mean, well, we're not making somebody's day worse by listening. We're not bitching at someone.
You could
unless,
be
of course, you're listening.
A lot of times, things are just reflections of themselves. Like, if someone's coming at you for, like, the way that you did something, it really is just, like, they're having a bad day. Because when I'm having a good day, I honestly am like, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Or, like, if I hear, like, if I have, like, I teach kids. Like, if I have kids that are just doing really bad in the class, a lot of times I take that personally, and I think, like, damn, I didn't do my job, like, teaching them well enough. And it's like, sometimes you just gotta sit back and be like, nah, it's just them. It's the customers. It's them. It's them and their day. It's not you.
Yeah, you can't take it personally. You're definitely right about that. Well, I think it's about high time we get out of here. I said it last time, but I didn't do it. But I really want to, take some questions from the people that haven't listened to this yet, or the other one yet, because nobody's heard that one either yet. But I want you to submit questions for us to answer so that we could get people,
And we could have, like, a legit agenda at that point, with some questions to keep us on track.
Well, yes.
We get a little crazy out here.
I would love to have some things that somebody else says, hey, talk about this, so that we can answer their questions, and they can write us in some questions. Comment them on this video. Send them to me. Get a pigeon. Throw it in the mail. Like I say, I want to eventually have it so that we can, play their voice recording
yeah.
or video or whatever they want to send in. But I'm not that good at that right now. So yeah. Ice room.
Ice room.
Ice room.
All right.